Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith, England. And on my left, Wendy-Gronya and SOMERVILLE, Australia. Lauren Smith to serve to SOMERVILLE, Liverpool, play.
So the number 2 seeds from England, Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith, getting this semi-final underway. Oh, a good opening rally by the English pair. And I'm delighted to say that Chris Langridge, the gold medalist from the men's doubles at the last Commonwealth Games, sitting alongside me for this one. This I find fascinating, Chris, because the English pair split at the beginning of this year. Lauren Smith decided to focus on her mixed doubles, and therefore they haven't played together for 8 months. The Australian pair are not a regular pair. Wendy Chen, basically, there she is, the 29-year-old born in Taichung, in Chinese Taipei, now lives in Brisbane. They're not a regular pair. In fact, her partner, Gronya Somerville, lives in Melbourne. So they don't normally play together. One's basically a singles player. This should be fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, just describing it like that lets people know this is quite an interesting game. You know, I think full credit to the Australians yesterday. They had a big win against the Canadian girls, who I think, for me personally, I do think they had a good chance of getting a medal here, the Canadians. So for the Australians to beat them, fantastic win. And as you say, almost other sides of Australia, like, it's crazy how well they're playing considering they don't train together.
There's no underestimating their capabilities as individuals. That's a wonderful shot from Wendy Chen. I mean, these two Australians have got 24 Oceania Championship medals between them. 24! And Wendy Chen has 7 gold medals in the women's singles. Now, if we relate that to the European Championships, Carolina Marin, we think, has been extraordinary in winning 6 European Championships in the women's singles. Wendy Chen, 7. That's better.
That is very, very impressive. And I'd also say, considering I doubt Wendy really does much training for ladies doubles, you know, she's a good ladies doubles player. So it's amazing how she's managed to adapt her skills without necessarily training much for doubles.
Well, I saw some of their match, the Australians, yesterday against the Canadian pair. And we had marathon rallies. That's going to go wide. And I felt that the Canadian pair were a little bit passive. I don't see the English pair being passive in this. Do you?
No, I agree. I don't. Well, I'm almost sure that won't happen. I think Lauren and Chloe, they know they need to take it to the Australian girls. Because the Australian girls, you know, they're great athletes. Wendy's obviously a good singles player. She's going to be happy to move around the court, and if they just give them the attack, you know, they're going to be good.
The Australian coaches, Stuart Bria and Jeff Toe. Oh, service fault called on Gronya Somerville. Too high.
Service over, 3-all.
Well, she will look to go forward whenever possible.
4-3.
There you go, Lauren. As Lauren Smith, as we've seen from earlier today, is a wonderful mixed doubles player. And the woman's role in the mixed doubles is to use all her agility and fast reflexes at the front of the court. Yeah, there we are again. And that is very much, Chris, isn't it? It's their favoured formation. Lauren going forward. Chloe Birch, who was a very fine women's singles player. In fact, she was in the last Commonwealth Games in the singles. She reached the third round. She does the hard work from the back of the court. That's very basic tactics, as though they're in the opposite formation right now. But they'll change that around. Indeed, they did. Long rally. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, well, it's hard work, but the English pair determined to stay on the attack, and I believe that is absolutely the right tactic.
This is where I do feel the Australians, they don't really, for me, have a net player as such, whereas when the English girls are getting in the mid-court, both of them are quite confident and quite happy to keep the pressure on and keep moving forward, whereas in that rally, Gronya had quite a short lift, and it looked like there was a bit of uncertainty with where she was going to move and what shot she was going to play.
Yeah, I agree. 68 shots that last rally. Oh, lucky net cord. Oh, no, yeah, did go over. Well, the other factor, of course, is the fact that they were on court yesterday, this Australian pair, for an hour and 41 minutes. And that was yesterday evening. So recovery, I mean, should this go the full distance, already big gulps of air being taken on board by Gronya Somerville.
It's the thing for me that both the Australian girls, I feel, are in their own way quite impressive from the back. I think Gronya has more power, more penetration in that way, but I feel Wendy, because of being a singles player, she has fantastic variation. I feel the English girls need to find the gap between the two Australian girls in the mid-court. Incredible defence there from Wendy. Do feel a little bit also when the Australian girls, like, fantastic effort from Wendy to even get that back, but they're not really proactive in defence. It's a little bit more reaction, and they're reacting to what the English girls are doing.
That's a good shot. Way long of the back line.
It's good there, though, from Gronya, the way that she exposed the English, and then she steps in there, and then quite a simple error in the end.
No, Wendy-Gronya asking why her opponent wasn't ready. You have to play to the pace of the receiver in badminton, because the receiver is not allowed to move their feet before the serve is struck. Now, unlike tennis, where I believe that you play to the pace of the server.
This is what I mean about the Australian defence. I feel it's reactive in regards to they're just getting it back. They're not really thinking maybe enough where they're placing it or putting the English girls under enough stress when they're attacking.
So really they should be trying to drive their defence and steer it, block it, the Australian pair.
This is the thing, move it away from the English girls, because if the English girls are on balance, you know, they are very good. They've shown they're a dangerous pair on the attack. The Australian girls, for me, they have to find the space, the gaps, and that can be between, yes, relifting, but making the English girls move. It can be blocking, fading, driving, but it's some variation. I feel like a lot of it is just a bit reactive.
Well, another fault serve call for being too high. And the fault's called on the flick serves. Good rotational play by the English pair and by the Australians. Well, that was an attempt by Wendy-Gronya to play the drive defence, but she found the net.
I have to say, I do find it quite incredible how well the Australians seem to have an understanding, considering, you know, unless there's some extreme flights happening, I can't understand how it's possible they could train together.
Yeah, well, I don't think they do. They did actually play a tournament together in 2015. That was in New Zealand. That was the Grand Prix Gold event. And then played 3 team competitions in 2016. But it was only at the end of last year that they reformed their partnership, the Australians. They played 3 tournaments in here in the UK, the Irish International Challenger event, where they reached the final, and the Welsh Open and the Scottish Open. And I think it was on the back of those 3 tournaments that they got selected for this.
I actually did coach against them in the Welsh Open.
Good rally. And that's gone well wide. And your pair, Lambeau and Antran, ended up winning the tournament.
It was a good tournament for myself as a coach, yeah. But I've got to be honest, the level I've seen from the Australians, taking into account what you said, Jill, about last night, you know, an absolute monster match. They've come out here and, you know, they're not scared to rally. You know, they have no doubt, they have a lot of confidence in their, obviously, their physical aspects, because some people might think, well, hold on a sec, if this is going to be another hour and a half, am I going to last? So they might try and force it, but full credit to them, they haven't done that at all.
No. Well, it is the Australian pair who have the advantage, a 3-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game.
Especially when you get to only early on, the line catches by coming forward so fast, you come straight forward and it's blocked to the side and it's pushed straight back over the top. Yeah, we're just going to keep going with this play, right? Just careful flicking to
Well, it has been an excellent start by the Australian pair. Now, Chris, the Australian coach was saying there about the English combination are going to attack us, but that gives us options. What does he mean by that? Does that mean about turning the shuttle?
Yeah, I mean, if you know, it's obvious the English girls are going to attack. I do think that's sneaked out, but yeah, the English girls are going to attack. But I think what he's trying to suggest to them is don't force it, because when a pair's attacking, there are also spaces. Because when someone's attacking, the formation they're in, front back, there are spaces everywhere. If you've got the calmness, the vision to play the correct shot,
and the technique, that's well wide. Odd challenge by the Australians.
One challenge remaining.
I think he's trying to get the Australian girls to feel comfortable that you don't have to force it to try and get the attack, which on one hand I would agree with. They have defended very well, as in they've got a lot of shuttles back. I'd say there's a few times where the English girls maybe made a simpler mistake. But it's like there. For me there, Wendy's played the wrong shot. She has to, for me, neutralise, fade, block to try and get the attack. Here it's too easy for Chloe. Great shot from Chloe, but it puts Gronya just under too much pressure.
Yeah, I think the rushing forward to the front of the court by Lauren Smith and how much she can intercept, I think could be the decisive factor in this women's doubles semi-final. And that's the problem with a pair that don't train together on a regular basis. They're figuring out who takes the one down the middle.
It was also there when they got the pressure. They applied a lot of pressure to Chloe. And, Chloe, first of all, did fantastic to get it back, but the organisation there with the Aussies, it wasn't quite as smooth as it could have been, and they almost let the English off a little bit, and then the English ended up managing to win the point.
So 4 straight points to get back level at 12-all. Yeah, well worked. It's 5 straight points to go in the lead.
13-12.
I did feel at the beginning of the game, the Aussies were playing very well, they really were, but I thought it was going to be really hard to maintain that level, whereas I think the English girls, they were playing at maybe 70% of what they can play at.
Well, this has been an extraordinary run of points, hasn't it? 8-12 down to 14-12 up. Well, Lauren Smith was in 2 finals 4 years ago at the Commonwealth Games. She lost both finals. She's already in the mixed doubles final.
You can just feel the momentum's change, as you said, Jill.
Yeah.
I mean, what a run from 12-8 down all of a sudden to 15-12. And don't get me wrong, the English have done some good things, but I do feel the Aussies have just slipped a little bit with their level.
That's well judged, well left by Somerville.
13-15.
Even with that shot there, you can see how off balance Lauren was when she's striking it. And for me, in that rally, the Aussies were a little bit more aggressive, taking it to the English, whereas some previous rallies, the Aussies had almost been so complacent in a way to give away the attack, and that's where I think the English girls grew in confidence.
Well, she was faulted earlier in the match, and that may have just disturbed the rhythm on her serve, hence the error. Nine of the last 10 points.
Yeah, Lauren is chasing forward literally at every single opportunity, and I'd say the Aussies maybe are playing into that a little bit because there's obviously space over Lauren when she's chasing, but maybe they can't quite see that.
Brilliant net play from Lauren Smith. The channel attack down the centre of the court from the English pair, from Chloe Birch, means that it's so difficult for the Australians to create any angles. And look at that final net shot. It meant that Lauren Smith was first able to intercept and put pressure on, and then could play that wonderful, wonderful net shot. Well, from 8-12 down, they've been a different pair.
19-14.
I would say the whole dynamic of this game has totally changed. Aussies are definitely looking a little fatigued. I'd say the confidence has been zapped, but the English girls, it's not all out attack, but whenever they get the chance to attack, you know, they're attacking really well.
Well, that's sensational from Chloe Birch. A good serve, knew where the reply was coming, and she dealt with it very efficiently. So, from 8-12 down, now game point opportunities. Amazing. 13 of 15 points from that 8-12 deficit. Closing out the opening game 21-14. And that really is a lesson in how to be positive and how to attack in women's doubles. 21-14 opening game in 24 minutes.
This is all about legs again and speed. Okay? All right, we're going to step ahead, but we just need to maintain this now. Okay? The switch attack is working really well. Yeah, not always onto a racket, sometimes going across the body. Person in the left box, go across, just push up on the straight. Yeah? Okay? Yeah, no, it's easy. Yeah.
Someone's at the back going hard and we're just going straight back at them, because then they can go bang, bang, bang and forwards. Yeah, we have to go side, we have to go side. Return a serve. We cannot, if Chloe's serving, we cannot block each other soft. We have to either go back hard to the middle or out to the sides or past the front player. Because Chloe just serves and she's looking for that short one straight away, yeah? So we've got to make sure we get that short past her. Okay, but the movement's the key thing. You have to move them. Yeah, you have to move them. Okay, come on.
Second game, local play.
Well, the second half of that opening game, absolutely all one-way traffic in favour of the English pair of Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith. That was going wide. Yeah. Good play by the Australians.
Service over.
Interesting, Chris, that the Australian coach was urging them to try and get the shuttle past the front court player, especially in the service situation. Now, you and I always talk about this, and every coach always talks about the first three shots of the rally, the serve return and the third shot, so often determines the outcome of the rally and sets the tone for the rally.
Yeah, I think the problem the Australians have got is their returns are just a bit too basic, and by that I mean it's quite easy for the server to predict where it's going, and if the quality then isn't very good and the net player intercepts it, you're under so much pressure from the beginning.
Well, it was called out, the serve, and the English pair are challenging that. Yeah, it was definitely short.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
No.
2-1. Play.
Was that one of the England team?
It's Toby Penty with
Was it?
Chloe Birch's face.
Yeah, brilliant by Lauren Smith. Well, she was a bronze medalist at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, playing with Gabby Adcock. She was a silver medalist at the last Commonwealth Games, playing with Sarah Walker. Now Sarah Ellis, is that right? They've got married now, Andy Ellis and
that's correct.
Sarah? Yeah.
Sarah's taken one for the team there and married the very unique, entertaining Andrew Ellis.
3-2.
No. If Lauren Smith wins this semi-final, she's guaranteed a third women's doubles medal with a third different partner. It's landed in. Beating against the drift is liable to hold up in the Australian pair. They've got to realise that. There's another thing here, Chris, to take into consideration. Most of the England matches in the mixed team competition were on centre stage on this show court. Can you remember the Australian pair? I think there was one match they played against Pakistan that was on the show court, and apart from that, I think they've been on one of the other courts, including in the individual. And this is a wonderful showcase court, but they won't be used to playing on it, whereas the English pair will.
Yeah, and they are quite different. I had a look in the other hall, and they are pretty different halls from each other, so definitely getting more time on the court is a big advantage.
Well, total confusion there between the two Australians.
The longer it's going on, the more, you know, I can definitely see the fatigue in the Australians, and also there's just that little bit of uncertainty with who's taking what, which is creeping in, which often happens when fatigue does, because one of the players is slightly slower to react, to make the move, and then the other one can't move.
Yeah, hitting and looking to try and move forward, Lauren Smith. Once again, confusion between the two Australians. That was well upped by Gronya Somerville. Brilliant. Stepped forward at exactly the right moment. Great anticipation. And the final shot, the little push just past Gronya Somerville. That was played to perfection.
If you look out, the movement for Wendy on that shot, it's not so aggressive. So Lauren has read that incredibly well, stepped in, and then the shot doesn't really have enough on it. If Wendy can get to the shot quicker, obviously it's a more aggressive move, and then it's very difficult for Lauren to step in and take that risk. But this is why, you know, we are seeing the Australians, it's only a little bit, but it just slow their pace and movement.
Good flick serve. Yeah, good finish by Somerville. Perhaps got to question the defensive shot from Lauren Smith.
Yeah, just the wrong choice there from Lauren, trying to go through just at the wrong time. She needed to keep that one straight.
Yeah, good aggression. That's what they need to do more of, I'm certain. Get on the attack more. Make the English pair defend.
But it's that one that Gronya stepped in on. She stepped in on the defence, and then she gets the, you know, the reply she wants. But this is it. The Aussies have got to be slightly more aggressive. When they get that chance to step in, it's integral to take the shuttle as early as possible.
Beautiful. Looked as if it was going to be a hard push. And then the delicate little block from Chloe Birch.
And the reason that shot becomes deceptive from Chloe is because the aggression in the movement. She moves so quickly to the shuttle that Gronya has to give herself space, to give herself more time. And by doing that, obviously, she opens up the big space at the front.
Brilliant defence again. Well, Lauren Smith is really playing some exceptional badminton today. She certainly did in the first semi-final of the day with Marcus Ellis when they beat Adam Hall and Julie McPherson.
Thank you.
Keep making moves and stopping it in front of them. That's really good. Come on now, let's go.
Yeah. Absolutely determined. Yeah, full stretch, and that was a nice shot from Wendy Chen.
7-10.
Oh my goodness, she was off balance when she played that. Now the long rally. Yeah, I like that shot from Gronya SOMERVILLE. Straight down the line, and it was sort of a half smash. There was no real power for Chloe Birch to feed off on her defensive shot. Yeah, my goodness, she did well to control that. She was expecting it to her forehand side. Oh, that's a missed opportunity. And the Australian pair right back in this now. Just 1 point a deficit. That's a nice defensive shot from Chloe Birch. Amazing rally. Well, a clash of rackets. And both the English players going for the defensive shot down the centre of the court, and that was a jolly good smash by the Australians.
Then the difficult thing for the Australians, when you, from here, me just looking down, if you look at the body language, the fatigue that's in the system, I mean, it's evident who is more tired. The Australians are clearly more tired, and they're having to work so hard to win these rallies. And I think twice in that rally, they did amazing to survive. I feel like they're kind of literally like living on the edge, as it were.
Yeah, 56 shots that last rally. And that will take its toll. Mind you, we had a rally in yesterday evening with the Australians. It was 115 shots. Well,
10 interval.
perfect serve, and from 6-10 down, 5 straight points for the Australians to go to the mid-game interval with the advantage.
As we start, see what happens when you move Lauren over, especially if you give her shuttles at the back of the court, at the rear court, right? The more we can keep her in the back of the court, the better we are. Then once she gets tired, she makes crazy mistakes. So we've got to make sure that every single rally, even if we lose it, we have to be working her hard. Yeah, then Chloe starts to do too much, and then we've got a chance. We've got openings everywhere. Yeah, but keep that. You can't ping her just to one corner. We've got to keep that movement at the back. Yeah, we've got to keep that movement. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, it really was a perfect serve. So 11-10 the advantage to Wendy-Gronya and Gronya Somerville of Australia against the number 2 seeds, Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith. Well, English women's doubles pairs have medalled at all but one previous Commonwealth Games. Oh, that's a shocking serve. Got what it deserved. And the year where they failed to have a pair on the podium was back in 2010 in Delhi. 12 years ago, 3 games ago. Oh. Well, she earned her own luck there.
12-all.
Brilliant defence. Short. Yeah. It's hard work. But there's no doubt in my mind the attacking play pays dividends.
13-12.
Well, again, not the best of serves. And therefore, Chloe Birch able to attack that
14,
and just
13.
tap the shuttle in a downward direction. Well, the dive from Chloe Birch. No lack of commitment, that's for certain.
But I actually like there when Gronya broke her string, she made a massive effort to get forward here. She stepped into, and this is what, for me, I don't feel the Australians have really done. They haven't been aggressive enough to take the shuttle early, and there is space, there is, on the court, on the English side. But if you give them more time, if you're a bit passive, you know, I'm pretty sure the English girls could do this for another week, if you know what I mean, as in at this pace. Whereas the Aussie girls, for me, are the ones that are looking heavily fatigued from the, you know, the marathon match last night.
$14 all. Run off to change her racket. She's back on. I don't believe it. What an extraordinary rally.
15, 14.
Well, Lauren Smith went charging off court. Chloe Birch was holding the fort. Look, the racket's several strings gone. Throws the racket down, picks up another. Chloe Birch still keeps the rally going. But that was good awareness by the Australian pair to see where the gap was. And there was a huge gap.
Very impressive vision there from Wendy. Shows her singles skills there. Lovely little cross-court net.
So it's the Australians back into the lead.
But there, once again, from Gronya, she could have been passive and she could have just lifted. She could have just driven full power at Lauren, but she actually played a great shot, almost like a fade, so the shuttle's dipping. So when Lauren's stepping in, she's taking it just below the net, and it makes it much more complicated for Lauren.
This is a big point. Nice. And that was a tired-looking shot and movement on that occasion from Lauren Smith.
Got to give credit to Gronya here in the last 3 points. I do feel she's trying to take this on. She's trying to make a difference. Even moving into that, for me, Lauren shouldn't miss it. And I think, you know, 95 times out of 100, she's not going to. But from Gronya stepping in, it is imposing and it increases that tension on the shot. But I feel she, at the moment, for the Australians, is the one making the difference.
No drinks.
So a 3-point cushion on a run of 4 straight points. Great flick serve, brilliant flick serve from Wendy Chen.
Great flick, but I could feel it. She's used the flick a lot, and I think that was maybe a little bit over-aggressive from Chloe on the return there.
So 5 straight points for the Australians. Nice. Now, I think that the English pair actually need to use the tram lines more than they've been using. Of course, in doubles, you know, if you hit down the centre in between your two opponents, it narrows the angle of reply, and therefore there's more chance of getting your net player involved. But I think they're doing it too much, and I think that final smash on that one, straight down the line, was a nice change-up. Maybe they should do that more. Yeah, that's great play from Gronya, Somerville.
Service over. 19.
Once again, full credit. She's definitely been the difference, I'd say, over the last 5 or 6 points.
It's landed on the line. Oh, they're challenging. Now, I saw that as in.
Yeah, I think sometimes when it's close and you really want the point, you see something that's not quite what happened. I feel maybe in that case, Wendy wanted it to be out so much that she honestly thought it was out. You know, she reacted so quickly. She's sure it was out, but I do think it clipped the line.
Yeah, indeed it did. So a lifeline for the English pair.
16-19.
I do actually think, though, it wasn't a bad idea to try, because it could have been. It also gives them just that split second longer to reset and prepare for this next, however many points it's going to be, but these crucial points in this game.
Yeah, there was 3 smashes there to exactly the same place from Chloe Birch. Yeah, in the end, Chloe Birch managed to hit a smash to then get her partner involved and able to intercept at the front of the court.
19.
Go on, you two.
This is the one. This is the point.
Come on, girls. Come on now.
Oh, came off the frame. Brilliant. What a rally. The fans absolutely absorbed by that rally. You could have heard a pin drop.
18-19.
And the most important shot actually in that rally was almost right at the beginning, where Chloe from nowhere managed to get one back. The rally should really have ended after, I don't know, 10 shots or something like that, but Chloe somehow managed to get one back, kept them in the rally, and then that is such a big point.
Longest rally of this second game, 57 shots. One point in it. That's a good flick serve. That's gone wide, and the English pair are back level. It's 19 all. 4-point deficit has been closed.
19-all.
So is it going to be a game point or a match point? This rally will decide. Another flick serve. The defensive shot from Gronya. Somerville finds the net, and it's a match point opportunity for Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith on a run of 5 straight points. Anthony Clark urging his players to stay patient on this match point opportunity. Another flick. My goodness. Well, she hasn't missed many of those in this match.
20-all.
And 20 all. Extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. No, you've got to give credit to the Australian pair. They have fought and fought in this match.
Relax. Lawrence. Relax. Play on. Play on.
Well, I think she has a point, Wendy Chan. She's saying, I waited until Lauren had put her left hand down, because the player holds the left hand up to indicate that they're not ready. She'd put her left hand down and claims she still wasn't ready. Short. Well, she's missed 2 in 2 rallies now, Lauren Smith, at the front of the court, and having just saved a match point opportunity. Now Wendy Chen and Gronya Somerville have a game point opportunity to send this to a 3rd and deciding game. No, she get a flick. She played a good flick the last time to Chloe Birch. Yes, she does. That's short. Nice block. That's gone long. Another marathon rally. And the game point has been saved.
21.
It's way long of the back line. 21 all. What a match. Short. It's landed in. That's a misjudgment from Chloe Birch. Sideways drift, keeping that shuttle in.
Service over.
And now it's a second
22,
game point opportunity
21.
for Chen and Somerville to send this to a deciding game.
Gronya couldn't have timed that shot any more perfect, and I think that's why Chloe almost believed it was going out, and in the end it was just on the line.
Oh, fault serve has been called. The drive serve was deemed to be too high, above the 1.15 metre mark. The service judge calling the fault immediately. Second time that Somerville has been faulted for an illegal serve. 22 all. Short. And now it is a second match point opportunity for the English pair. My goodness, this second game. The ebb and flow, the drama, the excitement.
22.
Second match point to the number 2 seeds.
Okay, come on, girls. Here we go. Both together now.
Good flick serve. Good rotational play by the English. Oh, she could have put that away. And they've done it for a second consecutive Commonwealth Games. Lauren Smith will contest 2 finals on finals day tomorrow. Through to the final. Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith coming from 15-19 down in that second game to win it 24-22. Well, that took courage. That took fighting spirit, and the delight for both the players and the English coaches. The delight and the despair of sport, the faces of the Australians, the disappointment etched on their faces, while the English pair celebrates a remarkable comeback. 21-14, 24-22, having saved 2 game points in the second game. There is confirmation of that scoreline, an hour and 5 minutes in duration. But the English pair of Birch and Smith are safely through to the final of the women's doubles.